మీకోసం ఒక అద్భుతమైన జ్యువెలరీ కొనుగోలు అనుభవం ఎదురుచూస్తోంది. మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ వారి డాలస్ షోరూమ్ లో 20 దేశాల నుంచి 30,000 విధాల ప్రపంచంలోకెల్లా ఉత్తమమైన జ్యువెలరీ డిజైన్ల అనుభవాన్ని పొందండి. $1,000 మించిన డైమండ్స్ అండ్ ప్రెషియస్ జెమ్ జ్యువెలరీ ఆభరణాల కొనుగోలుపై ఖచ్చితంగా పొందండి బంగారు నాణేలు. జనవరి 29 వరకు మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ ని డాలస్ లో విజిట్ చేయండి. ప్రపంచ స్థాయి జ్యువెలరీని కొనుగోలు చేసే అనుభవాన్ని పొందండి. Malabar Gold and Diamonds now open in Dallas.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా. దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా.
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल.
డౌన్లోడ్ ఆహా నౌ.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన, అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి.
Hello and welcome back to yet another fabulous episode of our talk show with experts. మనతో ఉన్న మన ఇమిగ్రేషన్ ఎక్స్పర్ట్ రాహుల్ రెడ్డి గారు. రాహుల్ గారు, థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ అండి ఫర్ బీయింగ్ ఆన్ ద షో టుడే.
Thanks for inviting me, గారు.
Thank you, sir. This show has been brought to you by Malabar Jewelers. They've opened a brand new store in Dallas, guys. Do not wait any further. Go with the gold rush and buy yourself the best. Supported by movers.com and AHA OTT platform. Call our expert on 1833 TVAT USA or 1833-882-8872. Watch us on Yup TV, Facebook, YouTube, Sling TV, World BB TV and Dish Network. All right, Rahul Garu, hot topic for today. This is 781,000 applicants, 408,000 frauds, and the dark reality of H-1B lottery of fiscal year 2024. Rahul Garu, this sounds like the topic by itself sounds, pardon my English, but sounds crazy. And like, what is going on here? Please tell us a little bit about it.
It is definitely crazy. It's fraud, it's crime, it's felony committed by so many different companies. And there are approximately 95,000 people who have been identified to have filed multiple applications.
Okay.
At least 90,000 of them, I can guarantee that they were involved in a part of this fraud. Now, they are getting bolder. What USCIS does for these kind of people, unfortunately, is that they don't catch them at the time of doing the crime. They wait, they approve their H-1Bs, and then they go behind and strike them back. Now,
Right.
what a lot of people were thinking before, which our show has been already telling, this is the wrong thing, don't file multiple applications, you will be involved in this fraud. Now,
Right.
what the USCIS has done it with the pressure that they have it, they have identified how many people have filed for multiple applications. In 2021, okay, they have filed for 28,000 people have filed multiple applications. Means there might be one people who might be filing three times, but total of 28,000 duplicate filings were there. Now, in 2022, it went up to 90,000. In 2023 fiscal year, which went up to 165,000. So in 2024 fiscal year, it went to 408.
That's like
So
three
out of
times,
that, that is right, approximately 3 times, it's going up by 3 times. So they already identified how many people were involved in it. Of course, they know their names, their date of birth, their passport number. So they are, according to the Washington Journal, 95,000 people filed for these 408,000. So approximately around 4 to 5 applications were being filed by these 95,000 people. So, there is a theory in Telugu, what we have is that the cat closes the eyes when it drinks the milk. It thinks the whole world is not watching.
Yeah.
So these people are getting bolder and bolder. This may pose a danger to the H-1B, entire H-1B, the way these people are committing the fraud.
Yes, that was
So
going to be my next question, Andy. What what danger does it bring for the whole H-1B program as a whole?
So when it goes to the Senate hearings or the congressional hearings, though, they may ask the administration to put a hold on the H-1B until you figure it out why is so much fraud going on. How come it was out of the 269,000 applications, it was 28,000 before? How come of the 758, it is 408 applications right now? They may ask the direct question, and if the government does not answer the correct questions, though, they may tell the Senate and the Congress might tell, put a hold on the H-1Bs. Let's not extend any H-1Bs. Let's not do anything. And they may, until you clear your stuff out, you have to they may tell the entire H-1B to be put on hold. That's one thing. So Nitya Garu, what the issue is that, we have made a video on Friday, live video, because it was a very hot topic from Radio and PC on the same topic. And then you get a lot of these comments from these different people, though. Some people says, read the law. Because if you read the regular law, what it says is that, let's say your brother is there and he get an offer from, let's say, he gets an offer from Apple. Let's say he gets an offer from your hometown company called Coca-Cola. So if Apple files a H-1B, Coca-Cola files an H-1B, is it fraud? The answer there is no.
No.
But the question is, the reason is that Coca-Cola company has a genuine job opportunity there for them to work in Atlanta. Apple has a genuine job opportunity to have the job offer in California. This guy can choose whichever company he wants to go at a later time. So that is not considered to be fraud. Now, when does it become fraud is that when there is no job at all, these people are filing the applications. Or if there is one job, let's say, for example, one guy is working for AT&T. So a consulting company is placing an individual at AT&T company. Now, of course, these employers will come under the pressure not to lose this particular billing rate and whatever not. So what they do is that instead of filing H-1B from one company, they have their own sister companies or their own brother companies or whatever companies they have, which officially they may not be on the name of this particular individual. They may be some different L.A. Pulaya Malaya's name. Now, when they file the H-1B through that company, everybody is filing H-1B. 5 different companies are filing H-1B. Now, there is only one job, which is with AT&T, with the ABC Consulting Inc. It does not have for XYZ, it does not have for other 4 companies. So they file H-1B to maximize the chances of getting the lottery. That is fraud because there's only one job, there is none. Now, there are some companies, Nitya Garu, that will file H-1Bs in lottery because previously to file a lottery, you have to pay the filing fees. You have to prepare the entire application. You have to get the education evaluation. Then you have to file if the person doesn't have a degree in the United States. And then you have to file the application in the United States with the USCIS.
Right.
Now, all they are doing is go online, put $10, the name will come in. And nowadays, beggar doesn't take $10. That's how the thing is. So these people are not collecting the money when they're applying the lottery, though. Right. So, but what they're doing is that there is no job. That I have known people because I come across, TVASIA has a lot of audiences. I get a lot of feedback from the people.
Right.
Is that I know people who went in jeeps, going into the remote area every mandal. Give me anybody who has a passport, we're going to apply for the lottery. They're doing that, yes. And these people, when they're applying for the H-1B, they don't have to tell where these people are going to work. They just have to tell whether it's a master's degree or not. They don't have to declare the education. All they need is the passport information. So they are providing the passport information, filing the H-1B for $10. Now, they have proposed, they already identified that this fraud is going on. They proposed to 210, even that's not sufficient based on it. So now what's going to happen is that We know that USCIS is collecting the data. We didn't know to what extent it is collecting the data. But when they released this information, USCIS released this information. In this information, they clearly said how many duplicate applications were being received. That means that they're tracking, which we know they're tracking. Now, they also identified how many individuals were involved in filing these duplicate applications.
So, Rahul garu, on that note, sorry, Andy, how long, does USCIS take to find out that these are frauds, Andy? Like, now that they've come out with this number, how long has it taken for them to,
They already identified their fraud in their website.
Right.
They did.
Yeah.
How long it will take for them to take action on these things?
On them, yeah.
That is where the major problem comes in. Here in United States, unlike in other countries like India and other things, there is a theory. When the guy steals the brinjal, the mom did not beat. So when the mom did not beat him, what had happened is that at a later date, this guy went on to become a burglar, and he even ended up killing a person. So at the time when the mom comes to his hanging ceremony, he just pulls the ear of the mom and cuts the ears of the mom. Mom, had you beat me on that day when I stole brinjal, I wouldn't have been here where I am.
Right.
So unfortunately, these people are becoming more bolder, they're becoming stronger, they're becoming more heavier involved in the fraud. So these companies are becoming bolder. So what typically USCIS does is it takes them 1 to 3 years for them to strike them down. And the problem is the damage is already done. Right now they have selected 110,000. Out of those 110,000, 60,000 are fraudulently filed. That means duplicately filed applications. 16 or 60, Andy? I said 60,000. 60,000 people are fraudulent.
Wow.
So now they are still allowing them to file the H-1B, get the H-1B approval in the lottery, then they're going to strike. So what happens is that effectively our 85,000 H-1Bs that we're supposed to receive, we're not going to receive. Why? Because even if the H-1B is approved for this guy, it will be later on revoked for fraud. That means technically they're not counted towards the H-1B number. Now, when that happens, will they give it to those poor guys who actually applied in one job and waiting for it and give it to them? No, they don't do that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So what are the consequences, Andy, of doing this for employers who are doing this and for employees who are letting their employers do this?
Yeah, typically employers will get the notice of intent to revoke with these things. It clearly identifies that who this Malaya Pulaya is. They have many different ways of tracking it. Recently, when we saw the intent to revoke, these are then of course our people says I'm smarter than that, but hey, you're going to get caught too later on. But anyway, this is one of the case. This one particular company has opened up 5 different companies.
Right.
For 50 employees. They have filed 5 different lotteries with the 5 different companies. Same 50 people, one A company, B company, C company, D company. Now, there is another thing that what USCIS has pointed out is that when these people got selected from different companies, they have used the same FedEx account number to mail the H-1B from company A, company B, company C, company D, and company F. Now, of course, there is IP address and other things to which they are also tracking too. Of course, our guys have, they have their own methods, and these people think so that they're outsmarted. So now what happens is that all these 50 people who got selected in the lottery, their H-1B will be revoked. Now, some of them will say, I am not aware of it. Well, those people, they have some fight back they can do. But the people who are aware of it, and actually some of these people requested them. So these people will be barred forever to come back into the United States. That never used to happen though. Recently, we noticed that when people were going to the stamping through these companies, so remember, these 408,000 is already identified. They know which companies file these H-1Bs. They ask questions. They have permanently barred these people to ever come into the United States. It's called misrepresentation because they cooperated with the companies in committing fraud on the US government and also filed an application fraudulently. Not one but 408,000 applications this year.
Oh my
So
God.
they will be barred. Now, with regards to the employers, though, what happens is that the USCIS will not try to go to each and every employee. They are not going to prosecute them immediately, though. Of course, what they do is that they go to the big fishes. Remember that particular company with 5 companies,
Yeah.
A, B, C, D, F, E, with the same FedEx tracking number and all those things? They're going to go after them first. They are the first ones. Those are the people that they go first, because they will go for the big fish and they will start coming to the small fish. Now, eventually, here is where the problem comes in, Tiger. You may think so that, I got my H-1B selected, I got my H-1B approved. Okay, now I'm going to move to Coca-Cola company. It's very near. I have a job there. Of course, Coca-Cola company is a good company. You know, you live in that particular city. So now Coca-Cola company files a H-1B. Now, Coca-Cola company gets a H-1B approval for you too. Well, Rahul has been wrong. I did very good fraudulent activity. I won. Not yet. What they do is that later on, they will come to revoke the Coca-Cola company's H-1B. Why? Because unless your first H-1B is been properly counted, because your first H-1B is fraudulently counted, all subsequent H-1Bs were relying on the first H-1B. So it's just like that. You have the foundation is the fraudulent thing. When you take the foundation off, the building will fall down. So now you won't have any H-1B. So because you're not counted toward H-1B, remember your first one is fraud. I have seen some cases where the people moved from this fraudulent A company to Coca-Cola and from Coca-Cola to Microsoft. And sometimes even further too, they got all those H-1Bs revoked because the first H-1B, the foundation of the H-1B is wrong.
Okay.
Now, we have, and TVASIA many times discouraged people, never encouraged people to file the duplicate unless it is really, 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 really a genuine. And that too from Microsoft or Apple fan companies only, though. Okay. Or there are some students who are actually working for 2 companies at the same time. They're working for 2 companies, which is fine. In those cases, they will not be. That's the reason I would say that all the 95,000 people are, I would say about 2,000 to 3,000 people may be fine, but rest of the 92,000 people will be in trouble. These 2,000 people also will get into scrutiny, but they would be able to satisfy the things though. So we're going to see the music. Now, I will tell you some of the history for people who are thinking, okay, I'm happy, I'm not going to be affected, is that Immigration and Customs Enforcement has published an article with regards to how many OPTs have been used, how many stem extensions have been used, which are the companies that have used the maximum OPTs and stem extension. Guess what? Which companies came out there? Along with Amazon, of course, Microsoft, Google, Apple, and there is a company called Integra.
Okay.
And there is a company called Aztec. Then comes out of all these other companies. So out of the first 4 companies, this Integra and Aztec happens to be the same company with the same address, with the same CEO, with the same HR, with the same everything. And the address is in a massage place, Chinese massage place. Address seems
good Lord. Okay.
How can this company file more OPTs and stem extensions than compared to that of Amazon? Everybody knows Amazon, Microsoft, Google, and Apple. Where is this company? How come we don't know about this company? They went there. There is nothing there except a massage parlor there, which they said, we don't know where the company exists, though. Now, what happened to those people was that all their H-1Bs were revoked. They have been hit with misrepresentation because they have used a document, a letter normally written by this company to obtain the immigration benefits, so they're permanently barred for ever coming into the United States. Some of them were being detained. Some of them were sent back from the airport. Some of the people, when they went to the passport stamping, some of the people, while I said to you that after moving to Coca-Cola and whatever not, their H-1Bs got revoked. There are 10% of the people where the immigration has not taken any action too in those people. I know them. And they keep on telling Rahul, you're wrong. I am not going to be, I'm invincible. Okay, God bless you. But these people with these 95,000 people who have done the 408,000, it's a headline news everywhere now. They are not going to stop it right now.
Sir, what are some things that they can do? Are there any things that they can do to redeem themselves? Is there any possibility at all?
I think so. What they need to is that they need to try to save their own skin and try to punish those people involved, the employers, to punish them. Now, that's the best thing. They have to report it to the USCIS what happened. In that way, they can be in a much better shape. They should consult a lawyer. Now, let me tell you, we do represent all kinds of people. I mean, it's not, our profession is such that it's not that we just represent only Gandhis of the world. We do represent all kinds of people. I mean, that's a profession. It's just like a doctor. You go to a doctor, the doctor is not. So as a profession, though, do we represent some of these fraudulent companies? No, not when filing the H-1B applications, though. When they get into trouble, of course, they consult us, though. Believe me, when we represent these companies, though, we go and admit to the USCIS, these are all the wrong things to do, because we want to get our client as best as possible. Instead of getting 10 years jail, we may want this guy's probation. So what these employers will do is they actually give the employees list to them. They will say, they will write an affidavit saying that we filed fraudulent. These are the employees that already know that we are going to file that. We will provide those email addresses to those people.
So it's about one person throwing the other one under the bus, in this case.
Right. That's what happens in the criminal prosecution of this. Let's say, for example, 4 people went together to murder somebody, okay? And they murdered somebody. What will happen is that one guy will break out and reach to the public prosecutor and says that, I'm giving up the entire thing. I'm going to tell you the entire story. Whoever gets the deal first will get the lesser of the punishment. Whoever does not get the deal first will be the person who is going to win. Now, these are all very hard principles for people to understand. But what I want people is that if you are involved in it, it's better that you contact a lawyer so that you can get away from it. They are not going to leave you alone. Now, you may get the H-1B approval right now, though, okay? You may do the premium processing, get the H-1B approval, but you will be in trouble at a later date. I want you to give up your employer. Okay.
Got it. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for that, Andy. All right. Let's take our first caller for today. Rahul Garu, this is like a heart attack kind of topic, Andy. It's like so serious.
It's there and it's our own Telugu people who have been involved in a lot of these activities. Definitely, a good number of them belong to the Telugu community. But at the same time, the victims are also Telugu people too. Why do I say victims? Because the genuine people who are waiting for the H-1B, most of them are Telugu people too. It's our own people destroying our own futures. This is bad.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our first caller, Andy. Caller with number ending in 3094. 3094. We're ready for you now. Hello? Hello? Please press *6, Andy, to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line. Hello?
Yeah. Hi, madam. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. Good evening. Good evening, Rahul sir. I have a couple of questions. I'm on H-1B with valid H-1B and visa stamp expiring in 2025. And same, my wife is on H-4 and her visa stamp also expiring in 2025. So we are planning to trip for Mexico, and we just want to know if we can able to travel without any issues to Mexico and come back at the port of
when is the stamping expires or expired, you said?
2025 of March.
Okay. Keep going. That is when the stamping expires.
Yes, sir, 2025. That too. I have stamping and have also H-1B also expiring in 2025.
Okay. So if you want, your stamping is expiring in 2025. If you travel to Mexico, I'm not expecting any problem.
Okay, so we no need to have any Mexico visa also, right? So we can able to
that is what
valid H-1B
that is visa. What I'm not a Mexican lawyer, but that is what I was being told by a Mexican lawyer, that if you already have a visa stamping to come back into the United States, we don't need any stamping. That's what they told. Okay, thank you then.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 6968. 6968, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello. Hi. Good
Hi,
evening,
sir.
Nitya Garu. Good evening,
Yes, sir.
Rahul Garu. Thanks a lot for taking this opportunity and explaining the truth behind the fraudulent thing. I think that's a very important topic, and I think many people should be aware of why they are getting revoked. So I appreciate this call and everything else. So I have one quick question. So currently, I did get my GCEAD. 6 months is passed from my employer. And I do have my past employer is giving me H-1B as well, just in case. He's taking the fees. He's not taking any money from me. So he's paying for the H-1B. He said, let's just keep it just in case if something, we don't want any additional hiccups. So no problem. He's filing it. He's taking care of the money. So no issues there. So the only thing is I'll be getting another offer, H-1B, from Ford Motor Company. Not direct employment, but through a staffing agency inside that particular company, and it is completely legal. There is no fraudulent activity there as such. So, and they agreed that I can work both jobs. So is it possible for me to actually do that on 2 H-1Bs?
Absolutely. Even though you have a GCEAD, the company, the consulting company that is filing the H-1B for the Ford company should file it as a concurrently filed H-1B. That's all it is. They need to file a concurrently filed H-1B. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. So I won't have any trouble. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you. And one more question, sir. So one thing is I'm planning to travel to India, and I don't want to use my H-1B during the travel, but I just want to, when coming back, I want to use my AP. So that should be fine, right?
Absolutely not a problem. We'll go to the next person.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling. Let's take our next caller in. Okay, caller with number ending in 9549. 9549, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, good evening, Nitya Garu. Hello, Rahul Garu.
Go ahead, ma'am.
I had a GC interview. I had GC interview scheduled next week, and my priority date is September 2014. So during preparation, I came across an article 485 interview QA session in RN Law Group. When you begin your position, like this question. So question is, are these questions related, whatever ESC has asked, from H-1B perspective or the position recruitment perspective?
When you say recruit, the questions that we're going to ask about is employment. Is at the time when you got the job with the company. That's what we're speaking about.
Yes.
They will ask question, when did you got the job? Who interviewed you? Those kind of questions will be when you actually joined this company. That's a question they're speaking about.
Oh, okay. Is it the H-1B perspective?
No, ma'am. The employer perspective. Who filed your green card? Let's say the company ABC filed the green card. When they are asking the question, when we said that they will ask question, how did you get the job? Nothing to do with H-1B, nothing to do with the green card. With this ABC company that you filed the green card, when did you get the job? How did you get the job? Who interviewed you? What was the process involved? That is what is related to the company. Don't discuss about H-1B.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for taking my call.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for calling us. All right, before we take our next caller, Rahul got a question for you. This is from Abhi. Says, sir, I filed for my GC and I'm pending due to priority dates not being current. Couldn't apply for my wife's GC. She's still on H4. In case my GC gets approved and dates are not current, how can she stay in the United States?
Well, first of all, the GC should not be approved when your priority date is not current.
I guess so.
Yeah, so it should not be approved. So definitely that's a rarest thing. If that happens, contact a lawyer. But yeah, if the priority date is not current. Now, here is one thing, Nitya Garu. Let's say when the priority date becomes current though, what I want this guy is that, let's say the priority date becomes current. When does it become current? It becomes current on 1st of the month. Okay,
Right.
because and we get the notice 15 days in advance. So in that 15 days, you file the 485 application. That's it. It should be reached on the first of the month. The reason why it has to reach first of the month is the danger that you get the green card, then it may be a little bit problematic afterwards. So you have to file the application as if it's going to receive by immigration on first.
Okay. Got it. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Okay, caller with number ending in 2188. 2188, we're ready for you now. Hello?
హలో గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్ అండి నిత్యా గారు రాహుల్ గారు థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ మై కాల్. యాక్చువల్గా నాకు B2 వీసా ఎక్స్టెండ్ గురించి ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఉందండి. సో మా మదర్ ఫాదర్ది B2 వీసా లాస్ట్ మంత్ ఎక్స్పైర్ అయిపోయింది. వాళ్ళకి వీసా అపాయింట్మెంట్ తీసుకుందాం అనుకుంటున్నాను. కాకపోతే ప్రజెంట్ నా H-1B వీసా జూన్తో ఎక్స్పైర్ అయిపోతుందండి. ప్రజెంట్ H-1B ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ పెండింగ్ లో ఉంది. వాళ్ళకి ఇప్పుడు నేను వీసా ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ అప్లై చేయొచ్చా అండి B2 వీసా? ఈవెన్ దో
Absolutely, you can. Even though your extension is in process, you can apply for the visa stamping. This will not affect their B2 stamping at all.
ఓకే, ఏ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ పంపించాలండి డ్రాప్ బాక్స్ అపాయింట్మెంట్ కి?
Typically, an invitation letter from you. You don't have to provide them H-1B and all those things, plus their passport. Okay, that's it. There's nothing else.
ఓకే. సో అంటే కొంతమంది H-1B కాపీస్ కూడా అడుగుతారు. అంటే లాస్ట్ టైం వాళ్ళు మా వీసా ఇంటర్వ్యూకి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు H-1B కాపీ పంపించాము. డ్రాప్ బాక్స్కి వచ్చేసరికి వాళ్ళ డాక్యుమెంట్ అని చెప్పారు. అందుకనే నాకు డౌట్ వచ్చింది కాల్ చేశాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. అయితే
నో ప్రాబ్లం. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
మామూలుగా అయితే H-1B డాక్యుమెంట్ ఏం అక్కర్లేదు. జస్ట్ వాళ్ళ వీసా అపాయింట్మెంట్ లెటర్, నా పాస్పోర్ట్, నా ఇన్విటేషన్ లెటర్ అంతే కదండి?
That is good enough అండి.
థ్యాంక్ యూ అండి. థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ టేకింగ్ మై కాల్.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling us. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 6641. 6641, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi Nitya and hi Rahul. Good evening.
Good evening.
So my question is I recently switched to one MNC in US, and I'll be traveling to Canada soon. But my question is I do have I-7 and approval. So if I go to Canada after 6 to 8 months, I think I used to come back to US. So is it, I need to go for a stamping there and come back, and how the process could be? Or
how long
before going to Canada? Yes, 1 year.
How long will you be staying in Canada?
1 year.
If you stay more than 30 days in Canada, you need a stamping to come back into the United States.
Oh, okay, got you. But in case, if I get a stamping done on my passport with my new company in India, and is it easy to come back to USA from Canada to USA, or
you can?
If I get a stamping done already.
Yes, you can. But one problem that always pops up is that why is that you are staying such long periods of time outside United States, while the H-1B petition was filed for a continuous 3 years. They didn't say that 3 months you're going to be here, 6 months you're going to be in India, 1 year you're going to be in Canada, and then you're going to be back. They didn't say that. They said the job is from, let's say, from April 1st of 2023 to April 1st of 2026. How come do you really have a job? They will test that thing, even though you have the passport stamping. Even though you have a job,
but I got a Canada work permit. So
that's
my company is applying for the Canada work.
Sir.
Okay.
We are asking whether you have a job here in United States. We didn't tell you whether you have a job in Canada. It is not the duty of the USCIS immigration when you're entering into whether you have a job in Canada or not. That's none of our business. Do you have a job here in the United States for this particular company? So as long as that is answered yes, you can get the stamping in India, stay there for 6 or 7 months. If you really have a job in the United States, you can come into the United States, not a problem. With the stamping that you got in India.
Oh, great. So there won't be any amendment, nothing is required, right? If I have a stamping on
as long as the job is similar within the same MSA, you don't need it.
Yes.
You'll go to the next person.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
All right, let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 4430. 4430, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hi, yes, please. Hi, good evening.
Hi, sir.
Thanks, Nitya Garu. Hi, Rahul Garu. I have two questions, sir. One is about I-140. I'm having I-140 and my 6 months will be completed in the June. So suppose, as of now, I didn't like my employer. I would like to change my employer. So in order to get lock of that 180 days, suppose I would wait for that 180 days, and on 181 day, on that particular day, if I resign to that employer, and suppose on 182nd day, if he revokes my I-140, can I go to another employer and make it happen, or is it something a difficulty for me at that point of time?
No problem. No problem. Just make it 190 days for me, please. I don't know how to count the numbers properly. Okay. That's the reason I became a lawyer. Okay. So just do it 190. Don't play it edge of a knife. Okay. You can always get back. I don't know how to count 180 numbers. Believe me, it's very confusing. So I don't know if they would say the day it's approved will they count, the day you're leaving it will count. So that's the reason. Just make it 190. Okay. You got through the torture so long. Okay. Because you didn't like the employer, you stick with it. Just stay 10 more days for me, okay?
Okay, sir. Sir, another question, sir. So obviously, mean to say, if I stay with the 180 days and if I resign on 190th day, and I can go to another employer, and even though my current employer revokes also, I can get applied by another company, right? I do not have any problem.
You will not have any problem in extending the H-1B. You will not have any problem in porting the date to the new employer. You will not have any problem in getting the H-4EAD extensions, H-4EAD filings for your spouse. You will not have any problem as long as they have withdrawn it after 180 days. Will they withdraw it? We will assume it. They are going to withdraw it. Okay, we'll assume it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. And another question, sir. Another question. So there is an offer letter he has provided initially, and at that time there is a non-compete, non-disclosure, and at the same time there is a line saying that you are employed at will. So does it going to affect, because in the contract it was mentioned 18 months
employer at will is different, the non-compete is different. Employer at will means that you can always leave the employer. I mean, practically all contracts in the United States, unless there are specifically different kinds of contracts. 98% of them are employer at will. Now, the employee at will. Now, the issue of non-compete is that for you to not join the end client, though, that is enforceable, though. If you want to try to violate that particular clause where, let's say, for example, they have placed you at Coca-Cola Company, and now Coca-Cola Company likes you and wants to take you and wants to file a H-1B, though, I would strongly recommend that you consult a contracts lawyer, not an immigration lawyer. We are not good at it. Don't contact Reddy and even PC. Now, there is something in enforcement they will do, though, because they can always go to Coca-Cola Company and then tell that they are interfering into the contract between your company, them and you. It's called tortious interference of the contract, though. And you know what the Coca-Cola Company will do? I don't want to deal with this guy. I'll get rid of this guy. Okay? So be careful.
It's only.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it only with that client? Apart from that, I can go to any other employer or any other client, right?
I'll be very surprised if there is. It will not include every employer. It will be only the clients. Next person, please.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling, Andy. And quickly, sir, before we take our next caller, Andy, there is one question. This is from S.T. Rao. He says, can multiple consulting companies that do not have any connections to each other file a H-1B in a category that is general for someone who just came to the USA on F-1 but got H-1 filed in the open category?
So when he is saying about multiple companies, though, okay? So let's speak about the reality versus non-reality. Okay. What is this kind of guy? Is he a kind of guy that is like a Elon Musk from the age of 7? He sold a software that at $1,500 or something like that. Is this kind of guy? Yes. Then can he find a multiple jobs for those kind of fees? Yes. But if this guy is Tom, Dick, and Harry, like you and me, though, I mean, where would you get these multiple jobs saying that they are going to wait for you for the next 6 months and file a lottery for you? The jobs are still there for these people. And if they have, is it a genuine job opportunity there? Do they have the client backing? Because most of these things, we know, Nitya Garu, are consulting companies. Does the client Coca-Cola is there to support them, saying Coca-Cola wants to take it from this company? And then AT&T says, company B, we will take this Nitya Garu from company B. And then Apple will tell us that from company C, we will take it. Is this the truth? Or we know the truth, okay? When you are saying multiple companies, and that too consulting companies, we know what the truth is. You think so they don't know? The USCIS doesn't know? They published it. And that's the reason I initially pointed out, cat, pilli, పాలు తాగేటప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తుంటే కన్ను మూసుకుంటుందట. కళ్ళు మూసుకొని ఏమనుకుంటుంది, ప్రపంచం ఎవ్వరు కూడా పాలు తాగుతుందని ప్రపంచానికి తెలియదనుకుంటుంది. But it's closing the eyes. The world is not closing the eyes. You are.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with number ending in 0132. 0132. We're ready for you now.
Hello. Yeah, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can hear you, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, Andy, Rahul Reddy Garu and Nitya Garu. It's very much nice talking to you all today. Rahul Reddy Garu, nice guy, Andy. So I have a couple of questions here. Andy. So first things first, H-1B, right now my H-1B got picked. So, and apparently, I don't have any project in hand, just like a lot of people, and like my employer who.
So yeah, go ahead. You go ahead.
Yeah. So my employer says that he is like willing to file in-house. He's like going to file saying that I have in-house project. So like should I go ahead with that project?
He's saying that.
I'm sorry. Say what?
He's saying.
My employer says that. Yeah, my employer says that he's going to file this in-house project, but I do not have any project in hand. So I'm like still looking for a job. So it goes like this, right? Like my story goes like this, and it's not just mine. A lot of my friends as well. So we were like contacted, or like we reached out to a few employers, or like we were contacted by a few employers, and then we file. We decide to file with a few employers, and then one employer, the H1 gets picked. So from whom the H1 gets picked, we are like planning to market our profiles with them, and then try to get a job. So right now, since like the market is not that great, market ఇప్పుడు చాలా అంటే అసలు బాగాలేదండి మార్కెట్. ఫ్రెండ్స్ వాళ్ళు వీళ్ళు చెప్తారు ప్రకారం, అట్లీస్ట్ for the kind of roles that we are searching, the software developer roles. So a lot of people like me don't have project, and like they are looking to see if they can file with their employer. So if they're trying to see if their employer can file in-house for them.
Okay, first, this particular company, you are not working. There is no project, and there is an in-house project. We'll discuss about the in-house project later on. So how did you get in touch? How did you get in touch with this company, though?
So Rahul Reddy Garu, that's a really good question, Andy. Until going back to how I got so I have filed for multiple H1s, just like a lot of other people as well. So this particular company, they have reached out to me. It's not like I've reached out to them. I've filed with few people that I know personally. None of them linked, but this.
So when they reached to you, did they find your resume to be eligible so that they can get you a job, or they just reached out to you?
Yeah. So they did. They told me that they were going to file for H1. That's how they reached out to me.
I know. I got the point. When they reached out to you, Did they know your profile? They think so that you have a very good chance of getting a job, or they just reached out to you, just they found your name, number, email address, and they reached out to you?
It's just that they found my name on this OPT bank. That's where all the OPT student information is. And yeah, I do understand that, you know, this company might be fraudulent. When they call me saying that, you know, my H1 is pegged and they have sent over the I-797 form. So, you know, just to confirm on March 27th or 28th that my H1 got pegged, they call me and they call me from a spam number. I don't usually pick up the spam calls, but that day, you know, I somehow pick up this call, and then, you know, I realized that my H1 got picked through these people. So I go and verify them on my visa jobs, and then, you know, like, it's not the same company that called me from which the H1 got picked. They filed with a sister company of theirs, and like that sister company, apparently, you know, on the my visa jobs portal and also the e-verify portal, I could see that the company is legit. And they have like filed for, like, they have successful filings in the previous years, in the last 4 to 5 years. So yeah.
Okay. So how do you know they're successful?
So on the My Visa jobs portal, I see that, you know, in fiscal year 2015, they were like 50 to 100 people whose H1s got filed and approved.
My visa
like
portal doesn't. My visa portal doesn't give until 2015 though.
Yeah, I mean, like in the past few years, I could see that, you know, in the past 4 to 5 years, since 2017, if I'm not 2017 or 2018, I'm not sure, but in the previous years, you know, I could see that, you know, they have like filed H1 successfely, and the company itself is like a legit company. It's
how do we just don't use the word legit, okay? Let's try to get to the basics of those things. You contacted company A. You contacted company A. You gave your passport information to company A. You never gave your passport information to company B. Now you get the H1B visa.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you told me. Correct me if I'm wrong. You never contacted
company
B, but now company B sends you a notice saying that you got selected in the lottery with company B.
So just to correct you know, the thing here, company B, when they contacted me, you know, I have given them my passport number, and also they have sent me an offer letter, a conditional offer letter. So yeah, so they do have access to my passport number and information.
So, but you first, you contacted company A, but you got an offer letter from company B. Did you got an offer letter from other companies also?
No, none of A, B, C, D, and E. I got it from the F.
You got it from F. But do you know how many times your name was been used to file the H-1B?
Like the registration process?
Yes.
I mean, you know, 5 to 6 times, if I can be honest with you, you know, it's like, 5 to 6 times, and like all of them, none of them are like connected. I remember there was a you know, I remember there was an article from this Thomas and Allen law firm saying that, you know, it's better to not file from sister companies. So I chose to do it from different companies.
Yeah, but they are connected companies, but they're not sister companies.
No, they are not.
This is fraud looking from every angle, though. I think so that you should contact a criminal lawyer. I think so. You should.
Okay, I mean, like, okay. I mean, like, just to you know, put things in perspective. You know, I've come to US in 2019. I'm F1. Graduated from masters in May 22. Did my internship here, and then I still have like 2 years of STEM OPT left. So since like things are looking kind of shabby, do I go ahead and like continue with my F1 and like drop the H1 altogether, or
I would
like,
strongly,
how do I?
I would strongly recommend you move out. Don't file the H1 with this company. I also recommend that you complain about this company to the USCIS, because if later on they found that you may be involved in it, they may hit you with a misrepresentation. Because first of all, we did not discuss about your job prospects. You're telling they don't have a project at all. You told that. How did they file the H-1B when there is no project? First, number two.
So they did not file.
The H-1B lottery, they filed the H-1B lottery. Don't tell me they didn't file the H-1B lottery. They
registered for H-1B.
Right. Yeah. So they, without a job at all, they already filed a H-1B. That is a penalty of perjury, punishable for a felony crime for this guy. Depends on how many other H-1B applications he has filed. It's not. You must have a job there, whether it's present or future. There must be a job. There is no job for him. For you, there's no project.
Yeah, I mean, like,
wait.
Yeah,
wait
I mean, like,
I let you speak. Can you let me speak, please? Yeah. So there is no future. There is no future job there. There's no job there at all. There is no end client involved in it here. Your resume was not even provided to them. You're not even interviewed technically for this company to do the job. Okay. And they filed. We don't know how many companies they have used to file the multiple companies for this filing the H-1B.
Yeah.
You have no knowledge about it. And they are telling they're going to file with the in-house project. Do you think so that I don't know what that in-house project is? We know it. We all know it. Okay. You think so USCIS is not watching our channel? They know it too. They know it too. So So my recommendation is stay away from this company. 100 miles from this company. Don't even take its call. There's a reason why it's coming as a spam call.
Of course, I am 100% with you, Rahul Reddy Garu. So the thing is, let's say I do find a project with them. Hopefully, things go well.
The project should exist. The project should exist at the time of the lottery. It cannot exist at a later time. Okay. So even if you find a project, even if you find the project with the Coca-Cola company, you do not involve. This company is a fraudulent company. They have already listed out the 408,891 people that filed a duplicate. You guys are one of them. You are one of them. They said 95,000 people were involved in this particular category as an employees. You are one of them. You don't even know how many times you get H-1B has been filed. You don't even know which companies filed your H-1B. They did not even look into your resume to file those things. So everything is fraudulent in it. Okay. We'll move on to the next person. This is my recommendation. This is my recommendation for you. You stick away from this company 100 miles. Okay. You do not pick their calls. You complain about this company. We'll go to the next person.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling.
Just one more question. One last question.
Let's try to give the others also a turn, if you don't mind.
Okay.
No, one last.
Let's try to give the others also a turn, if you don't mind. Thank you. All right. There are babies crying, also waiting to talk to Rahul Garu. All right. Caller with the number ending at 7075. 7075. We're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 7075. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Can you mute him? Please let him allow to attend his child.
Okay. All right.
7075
will get back to you. Sorry, sir. Go ahead.
So one of the thing is, this is a classic example of what we are discussing, how fraud occurs. If you look, and that's the reason I wanted to spend more time with him to discussing. This is where the fraud occurs. No, he never said anything about end client. He never said about when you get a job, there is something called resume. Everybody looks into, this world looks into. I don't know which person looks into without resume, job qualification, education, What is the technical requirement? Who does give a job? Okay. And doesn't it sound fraud when the guy is not even asking what's your technical qualification to file a job to give a job for you? That is a fraud. And then this company is involved in fight. Just because the company is there in myvisajobs.com filing H-1B does not make it a legit company. In fact, all the H-1Bs, all the HCS filed are recorded in the myvisajobs.com. I agree with that. But just because they file a H-1B doesn't make them legit. Right. It's shown on the face. He contacted company A. He got selected with company F. He doesn't know A, B, C, D, E, F. And now they come up with all these things. This is a classic example what they're doing. And this innocent poor guy, what will happen is that if he doesn't follow our directions and go for the H-1B, his H-1B will be approved. When his H-1B gets approved, his OPT STEM extension is gone. And now what happens is that when they revoke the H-1B, now what happens? H-1B is revoked and he's not on STEM extension or OPT. He will be na garka, na gatka. And this is where I tell people, we told people before not to fall into the trap. They are falling into it because they're feeling, okay, these guys are contacting, they're not even asking any money to apply for the lottery. But if you give their passport, they may put a permanent bar on you because you cooperated with these fraudulent people. We'll go to the next caller.
All right. Thank you, sir. Let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 6766. 6766. We're ready for you now. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Namaskar.
Yeah, my question is, my question is 485 is pending for the family, and we wanted to know, is AP required to be active, should be active, or if there is a gap between the renewal and expiry, that is fine?
Absolutely fine. If there is a gap in the renewal, that's fine. It's not going to affect the 485 application. Absolutely not.
And similarly for the EAD, 485 EAD also, that is there?
Is your wife employed or not employed?
Not employed.
Absolutely. It's okay to have a gap, not a problem. I will recommend that you keep applying in the proper time, but if your wife doesn't have an advance parole continuously, will it affect the 485? The answer is one word, no. What about if the EAD, there is a lapse of the EAD in extension filing for your wife? Will it cause any problem in the green card? No. We'll go to the next person.
Okay. Thank you,
sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 8990. 8990. We're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 8990. Hello? All right, let's take our next caller. Try this one again. Okay. Just give me 1 second. Let's try another caller, Andy. We'll put this caller on hold. Okay, caller with number ending in 7075. 7075. We're ready for you now. Please press star to unmute your line. Hello, sir.
Hello. Yeah. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Hi. Please
Hello.
go ahead.
Yeah. Hi. So I have a couple of questions. First question is, I recently got an offer from company B. I wanted to check if I can work for both the companies A and B. The company B filed H1 transfer, so they didn't file it as concurrent H1B. But I wanted to check if I can work for both the companies A and B.
No. If they filed as a transfer, you can either work with company A or company B. Right now, if you want to work for both the companies, the option would be that the company A can file a concurrently filed H1B right now for you.
I see.
Or
you
can request the company B to file the H1B again as a concurrently. But if they file it as a transfer, you do not have an option of working for both the companies. No. They have to file it as a concurrently filed H1B. Then only you have an option. Okay?
I see. Got it. Thank you. And my second question was, I have an advanced payroll, and Yeah, I recently also filed for my extension for advanced parole, and I used advanced parole a few weeks back to enter US while my extension was pending. So will it affect my extension? Because as per the USCIS page, it says like if you have a valid AP, it will not affect your extension if that's in process. Just want to get a confirmation on that.
You absolutely will not have any problem. Whatever you're thinking, you will not have any problem for you to extend the H-1B or transfer the H-1B. You will not have any problem at all. But let me ask you this question though. If you have an EAD though, you must have an advanced parole. You have an EAD also right now.
Yes.
So why can't you just ignore the H-1B and use the EADs though?
Yeah, so the thing is like, the lawyers and of company B, they were more interested in filing an H-1B.
I got the point. Let them file it. You fill the coffers of the lawyer, okay? Because they want to get rich. That's okay. Let's make them rich, okay? Why can't you just, you have an EAD right now, is that right?
Yes, I do.
So go. So you consider yourself to be an EAD, work for both the companies.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
If you didn't understand the technique, I'll make you understand. If you have a consultation, I'll make you understand this. You can get it done properly. You have no problem in working for both the companies on EAD. I mean, why would you lose $100,000 just like that? No, work for both the companies, make money. You're a young guy. Make it. Work for, you have an EAD. Okay?
So with your EAD, you can work for two other companies also. Make it 4 companies. You can work for them also.
Yeah, in that case, my wife will throw me out of the home.
Yeah, see, we are not responsible for that. I'll tell you that much, okay? But we're telling you this is possible. You know, consequences we are not dealing
with. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So there will be no problem with my AP extension as well, right? If I use my AP to re-enter US, just a couple of weeks back when my AP extension. Okay.
No problem. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for calling us. All right. Let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with number ending in 4795. 4795. We're ready for you now. Please press *6 Andy to unmute your line. *6 to unmute your line. Hello.
Hello, Nitya garu.
Hello. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Nitya garu. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you. Please go ahead.
Hi, Rahul garu. Thanks for taking up my call. I have 2 questions. They are general. Like I heard while watching your show right now, like one of our caller has said that their priority date is in 2014 and yet they are called for green card interview.
That is right.
So
that
my
is right.
question is that now the priority date, because we are also in that lane, I-485 is pending in both EB2, EB3, and the priority date is August 2014. So is there a possibility that though the priority date is not current, that we may get a call for this interview?
Yes. There are many people who are getting calls right now whose priority date is not current. You must be prepared to go for the interview if needed. Yes, that is right.
Oh, okay. Oh, we don't know that. We've been like, thinking that there is,
that's right.
dream is
that's
away. Like,
that's the reason if you tune into TVASIA, you will learn the things much better. And sometimes it's not what Nitya and I give it out to you though. It's sometimes the other people give a lot of information to you. Okay? That's very surprising how, we may not be able to update that information, but that other person asking the question has updated the things. Yes. Even if your priority date is not current, you will be, they won't give the green card. Because here is the reason.
Okay. So then
here is the reason.
The interview and hold us up.
That is right. But here is the reason. What if you're a murderer? What if you're a terrorist? And we don't want to continue giving the EAD and advance parole to you. We want to make sure that it's a genuine job opportunity that you have and you don't have any criminal history, not traffic tickets, but any other than traffic tickets. So we want to make sure that you are properly entitled to stay in because you're getting the entry benefits of EAD and advance parole though. So yeah, they have all rights to interview even if the priority date is not current. Okay, thank you.
So they'll interview. So what's the modus operandi in that space, sir? Like they'll interview us and they'll keep us in line till our priority date is coming, right?
That is
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
right.
So my second question is also in general, sir. Can we expect that our visa stamping is like expired long back? So because of so many other circumstances, we can't go back to India to get it stamped. So we hear that in summer, like from August onwards, there is going to be like the stamping is going to be here in USA.
Well, you
Is
have
that
an
gonna be,
advance parole. Why do you need all these things?
Yes. Yes, of course. But
you go in advance parole. Remember, the other guy was saying, "Can I extend the H-1B? You can extend the H-1B." Okay. Okay. Then.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Nitya, there is a small joke I have to tell you there's a guy who purchases 2 tickets from the bus conductor and puts 1 ticket in one pocket, 1 ticket in one pocket. So one of the next door neighbor guy, the next guy asks you, "Why did you purchase 2 tickets? You're only one person." He says, "If I lose 1 ticket, I will have another ticket." Then the guy asks the question, "What happens to you if both tickets are lost?" And this guy says, "Do you think so? I'm a fool. I have a bus pass."
Oh my God.
So these people are having an advance parole option. Why are they looking into getting the stamping there, getting the stamping here? That guy has an EAD. I don't know why he wants to concurrently file H-1B when he has an EAD. So this looks to be the joke of those things. And I don't know why they follow these other lawyers that have never been through the process like me.
I think I speak in DESIs in general, for DESIs in general, but I think we're real gluttons for punishment, Andy. You know, we keep punishing ourselves over and over again with more overheads and more overheads. It's like if someone gets 98, our parents will never be happy. They'll be like, "Rendu mark ekkada poyinira," you know. It's like one of those things at Mata. So we're always constantly on what can we have as our safety net kind of a thing. So I understand where she's coming from, but to your point, it's like, yes, you have the lottery ticket with the winning number in your hand. So just go and give it and cash your rewards.
Yeah.
So yeah, all right. On that note, let's take our next caller, Andy. Caller with number ending in 5052. 5052. We're ready for you now. Hello.
Yeah, hi. Thanks, Nitya garu and Rahul garu.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, sir, I have one question. Rahul garu, I have one question. So I'm on H-1B and I asked my employer to file the GC application. So he told that he already applied for somebody and so he can include on that. So is it fine, like, can we include in that or we need to file separate advertisement for my skills?
Please cooperate with your company, cooperate with the lawyer. Don't do extra dialogues with it. It is going to complicate it. Believe me, we get these things. We just need to be superficially qualified for those things. Please cooperate with that lawyer. That company is a very good company. That lawyer is a very good lawyer. I don't know who that is, but just go with them. Otherwise, you will end up spending 1.5 years. God knows what's going to happen in that particular time. You have to get the prevailing wage, which takes 8 months plus. You have to go to the advertisement process. Just go with the flow. You will be much better. Your chances of getting the approval will be way, 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 way higher. And if you redo the entire process for you, actually, the chances of getting the denial are higher. And plus, you're going to waste 1 year. Your employer is very, very good employer. Give me the name of the employer if you want to. Okay? There'll be other people who will be willing to go. All these other people will go and join that company too. Nice company. I salute that company. Okay? Follow that guy. Next person.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, thank you,
sir. Thank you so much for calling us. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, sir. All right. Let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 1483. 1483. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Nitya garu, before I go to I will get to you before I
just
go
1 minute, please. Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Why I told these words to these things is certain times if you just want to buy a Coca-Cola bottle, all you need to is go to Walmart, spend $1 or whatever it is and buy the Coca-Cola bottle. See, what this guy is trying to do is he's trying to say, I have this skill set, that skill set, this skill set, and he wants to impose those things in getting that. If he just goes with the flow and buys with the Coca-Cola, and particularly in this form I'm speaking about, he's going to just get it though. Now, if I go to the same Walmart and then I open up my wallet and then I open up my wallet and I show him, look, I have this bar license from Texas. Okay, I'm a lawyer. I also am in the TV show here. I'm also here. I'm also Reddy and PC founder, but I want this Coca-Cola. That guy will go nuts and say, he'll call the manager. He won't understand what is this guy speaking. So there are some people who like to show their skills more than getting their firm approval. Typically, there are some hardcore requirements for the firm. There are not, most of the advertisements that companies do it, they just want the education and experience. So not exactly the skill set are not an absolute must though. They're not. Most of the companies don't require that. So to go with the flow, it's easier for that guy to get the approval otherwise. And a lot of these people will come and waste their time, my time, and that's the reason I was saluting the company and holding the lawyer. Okay? Go ahead. I'm sorry I put you on hold, 1483. Sorry, go ahead, sir.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Yeah. Go ahead, sir.
Hey, my name is Kumar. I'm in H1. I applied for green card in EB2. My wife in H4. She's having a PhD in Hindi. Is there any way I can speed up my green card process using her PhD qualification?
You said she has a PhD in Hindi. So that's what you said, is that right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, right. So there is something called extraordinary ability. They didn't specify if the extraordinary ability should be in a certain field or another field though. Okay. I have had work with people who have had no degree at all, but they're extraordinary in things what they do it. For example, I work with the temple molds with the cement. He makes molds with the cement. Okay. He was wearing a chappal when he was coming into my office. I mean, the slippers that you buy in India. Okay. But this guy was extraordinary in that particular skills though. If your wife has a PhD in Hindi, that's by itself not good enough. But if she is extraordinary in that particular Hindi language, Hindi subject, Hindi also, she should be able to explore to see if she could get an EB1 category though. It doesn't require that the person has to be. Yeah, she can. Even though she's an H4, even if she doesn't have an EAD, she can still apply for the EB1 if she meets the requirement. Well, I find I'm telling you, that's fine. That's fine. If she has an H4 EAD, that's fine. Even if she doesn't have, also she can. Even if she has it, that's fine too. It doesn't. EAD doesn't harm. It won't help. It won't harm. So if she's eligible for it, she can directly apply. Yeah, PhD by itself is not enough, but she must meet the requirements. Out of the 10 requirements, she has to meet the 3 requirements. Go and look into those things. If she meets those requirements, then she can take a shot at it, even though Hindi is not something that commercially that may be very big in United States, but she can try it. Okay? For the EB1, she can try it.
I will come.
Next person, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling in. All right, let's take our next caller. Okay, caller with number ending in 8990. 8990, we're ready for you now. Please press star 600 to unmute your line. Caller with number ending in 8990. Hello? Caller with number ending in 8990. All right, let's try another caller, Andy. Caller with number ending in 1115, 1115. We're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 1115. Please press star 600 to unmute your line. Star 6 to unmute your line. Hello? Caller with number ending in 1115. Hello? Okay, looks like there is some issue, technical issue. We'll try to get back to you. Let's take another caller, please. Okay, caller number ending in 2599. 2599, we're ready for you now. Hello?
Hello. Hello, Rahul Reddy garu.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Okay, namaste Andi. Namaste Rahul Reddy garu. So I have one question. I will quickly ask. I came through an employer A and I'm working for a client through a vendor. Now I want to change my employer to B through the same vendor, but the vendor is saying you can't change the employer until I get a NOC from your current employer. And current employer is saying there is no such kind of relieving letter in US. We don't provide anything. But client is insisting that we need a relieving letter from your current employer. So what are my options, sir?
So you can always draft a no objection certificate from the company to give it to them, to give a letter to them. It's to make the job easy.
But they're denying. Okay. They're denying, so they're saying nothing like that relieving letter in US. We don't give anything to anybody.
No, they can. They can provide it. You just draft one and give it to them. If you consult me, I will give you a draft of that letter. You can give it to them. And then see if they will sign it, because you have to make the job easier for the employer. When you're approaching them, I'm leaving them, but at the same time, give a letter that they don't know. I've never seen this one. I'm not going to give it. Then you provide, sir, here is a draft of the letter. Can you look into it? Can you sign? Maybe they'll agree with it. So that's a hope that I think so. You should give a draft of that, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir. And one more question. This employer through which I have come, right? They're saying when you leave the company, you'll not get the last month's salary. Is it true, sir, in US that nobody receives last month's salary? Because we'll be working in the last month even, right? Why don't they give the last month's salary?
That is an absolute lie, what your employer has said. They have to give you the last month's salary. If they don't, you leave and join the other company. There is a form, which I want you to Google that form. The form is called WH4 form. Okay?
Okay.
What I want you to do is that don't send the form, because I tell people not to send the form, because what happens is that the Department of Labor can just go and inquire about all their practices and have them give the salaries for all the people, and you may not get a piece of your thing. So first prepare that form, send a letter, send an email to the employer. After you join the other company, you send a letter to the employer. It's called WH4 Department of Labor form. Okay, you need to Google that. And when you send it to them, they will come to your knees and give you the salary though. Why would I say that? Because if you send that form to the Department of Labor, the Department of Labor is going to catch your employer's throat and will get the money for you. They will open their tongue and get the money for you. Okay? It's how bad they can get it from them.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. My query is answered.
Remember,
thank you.
It's WH4 Department of Labor.
WH4. Sure. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. All right. Caller with number ending in 8990. 8990. We're ready for you now. Hello? Caller with number ending in 8990.
Well, I think so. He has a problem unmuting. We'll go to the next person.
Okay, sir, we'll try to come back to you. Caller with number ending in 1115. We're ready for you now. Hello? Okay. Please press star 600 to unmute your line. Caller with number ending in 1115. Okay, looks like we're having a... Okay, wait.
Hi, Nitya Garu. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you now.
Hello.
Go ahead, please. Yeah.
Hi, Nitya Garu. Rahul Garu. Good evening. My question is, my wife perm got audit in March 2023, and her I-94 is expiring in July 15, 2023.
When did you file?
Can you suggest what will be the next steps, please?
When did you file the perm labor?
August 2022, sir.
August 2022. So that means that even okay, there are a couple of different options that she has. She can spend an extra month in Mexico or in India. If she has a stamping, she can go to India to spend extra month. And by the time audit and everything will come in though, she can, if the labor is pending for more than 1 year, she can extend the H-1B by 1 year. That's one exception that you have. Based on the comment that I see that you have your I-140 approved, is that right?
Correct, sir.
And you can file the H-4 plus EAD approval for her right now. But you know that she may not receive it by July. Okay, when is your H-1B expiring?
My H-1B is expiring 2025, sir. 2025 March.
You can do one other thing. Nowadays, they are giving the H-1B approvals along with the H-4 and EAD together. You can file an amendment and extension for your H-1B. Amendment plus extension. And you can attach you can attach the H-4 and H-4 EAD. If you do premium processing, she's going to get the H-4 plus EAD approval in 3 weeks.
Okay, sir. My question is, I recently got renewed, sir. January only, I got renewed.
No, that's the reason I said to file an amendment plus extension. Then you may ask question, because if you file an extension, you can only file 6 months before, but you can file an amendment way before. Okay. Now, people ask me a question, what kind of amendment I will file? My salary is the same. My job duties are the same. My MSA is the same. Well, if you are making $115,000 per year, can they change the salary to $115,000 and 2 cents? And amend the H-1B. Simple. Okay. That's a technical amendment. They raise your salary by 2 cents per year. Go for it. Okay. And then you file for amendment.
Okay.
Now, then you get the H1, H4 and EAD together. 3 weeks. Happily live ever after. Okay. Well, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Let's take our next caller. All right, caller number ending in 7508. 7508, we're ready for you now.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Caller with number ending in 7508. Please press *6 to unmute your line. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, myself Kiran. My question to Rahul sir. Rahul sir is, I came in CAP 2023 and H-1B. My employer saying I got notice. I am not getting that notice through my employer. And I tried with FOIA, Freedom of Act, but seems like it is in a line, I am here to receive that. So meanwhile, I am trying to get some options. What could my options to lie or to keep my status as?
So this is what exactly I was speaking about. In fiscal year of 2020-23, though, they are saying that according to the USCIS website, 165,000 duplicate applications have been filed. You are one of those things, and that's the reason why they're revoking your H-1B application. Most probably that's the reason. Okay? Most probably that's the reason. Most probably that's the reason. And this is what exactly the title of this thing is, that they are going to revoke it. If they revoke it, even if you move to a different company, you cannot get the H-1B from a different company. Even if you want to try to change the status to F1 or some other thing, they will say that you didn't maintain the H-1B status because you never got the H-1B properly at all. So that's the reason why you never got the H-1B at all properly. So you may be doomed, unfortunately, though. You may be doomed.
Okay. So, we don't have any options to keep it my status.
Yeah, The entire basis of the H-1B is it belongs to the employer. Employer is supposed to file the H-1B application. They fraudulently filed because of all these multiple things, $10 thing, they filed it and they got the H-1B through that. That's the reason why they are revoking the H-1B, and this is a very typical thing. This is the most consultations that we get every day. Unfortunately, we want you guys to be on the YouTube telling it though, instead of me. But if you're willing to drop an email to me, I'll put you on the YouTube, what kind of company you have done it, mention all those things, and let's publish those things. Okay. This is, and here is another problem though. Even if you go back to India, if you have to apply the H-1B lottery later on, after a while, you may still be in big trouble because they may not grant you the H-1B at a later date because you got involved with these fraudulent people. So unfortunately, there's nothing we can do for you right now. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for calling, Andy. Okay, let's take our next caller. Caller with number ending in 0300. 0300. We're ready for you now. Hello?
Nitya Garu, there are so many comments to the video that we made on the Friday. Sorry, 0300, unmute yourself again, please.
Yeah.
In those comments, they are telling that they have not seen any notice of intent to revoke. And this is a sign for it. There are a lot of people that consult us with the notice of intent to revoke. They may be, if they're genuinely not involved in it, there is a way around it for them to keep the H-1B. But if they were involved in the fraud, though, then they will be in a trouble. Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
But they have to prove that they had no prior knowledge of.
Right.
Got it. All right. Caller with number 0300. We're ready for you now. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Hello, Nitya Garu, and hello, Rahul Reddy Garu. I will explain you my situation. My company filed green card GC in EB2. Priority date is 2019, and with the current situation and going on, everything is going on right. So I reached out to my management and to upgrade my case to EB1. So they came back and they said they can do EB1. The only thing is I have to go to India, actually out of country for 1 year on a supervisor role or managerial role. So that is the current situation I have. The problem I have is I can go back. The problem is with my wife. She is currently working on H4 EAD, and my son he is studying in 8th grade. So with all these things, I am looking into options where my son and wife can stay back in US, and I will go to India to complete that 1 year.
She was never on H-1B, is that right?
He was never on H-1B, sir.
Here is my problem. I understand your 8th grade son is going to be in trouble for you to leave him at this point of time to go to India, study there for 1 or 2 years and come back. I understand the problem there. But is your son born in USA or born in India?
Born in India, sir. Both actually, I have son and daughter. Both are born in.
Yeah. So I got the point. This is where I think so that it's a very hard decision. These are personal decisions, though. Here is a problem. If you don't do any steps right now to try to get into EB1, your son will age out. He will have to go through us again. The same journey that you have gone through, your son and daughter have to go through the journey with us. Whether it's not with me, some other immigration lawyer, okay? Some lawyer, okay? You want to get rid of us, you need to try to take this dynamic step. So that's the reason sometimes you have to take hard choices. I always call mother or food. Pick one option. Avva kavalna, buva kavalna. Pick one option. Pick it up and stick with it. But that's very personal decision. So you know all the things. I'm not telling you to do this way or that way. Whether you want your son and daughter to go through the immigration process for 20 years, they'll be coming to the TVASIA, listening to me and looking at pretty face of Nitya Garu, and reading all the immigration thing. Yeah. Do you need to do that, or do you want to get rid of them coming into TVASIA and then happily ever leave after? Pick an option.
Yeah, I got you, sir. Basically, you are recommending to go everyone to India and come back after 1 year, right?
Yeah. You also need to look into to make sure that you qualify for EB1C when you come back into United States. You must be a higher level manager, at least commanding more than 15 people reporting to you. That's what my recommendation is. More than 70% of your job duty should be managerial, not hands-on. For example, what I'm doing right now is hands-on, not managerial duties. Okay. So those are the things that you need to make sure that you have it. So consult a lawyer also before you go, even you choose those, so that you have the documentation, you have the thing, because after coming back, you need to have the victory, okay? You need to have the victory. Just not attempt it, but you need to victory. Okay then, thank you. Make your choice, wish you best.
Sir,
Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, one question, sir. Can my wife can be a can F1? Can she convert to F1 and
She can convert it.
Right?
Yeah. She can convert into F1 and F2. That's the option is there. Yes.
That
That's a good
option is
option.
there, right? She can stay for 1 year over here.
Yeah, but she
And how
cannot.
about this
She cannot stay.
CPT thing, sir?
We do not recommend day one CPT. Remember the guy just got.
Okay.
Remember the guy just got the H-1B revoked right now.
I'm going to have a second heart attack now.
Yeah, we've been recommending the same thing. Day one CPT is not a good option. No, sir. You do all the things. EB1C gets approved. Your wife gets kicked out, and then your children are on F2 visa. No. You go all the way to Sri Lanka, and you did not bring Sita. You brought something like crocodile. Supunaka. There you go. Okay.
So F1 and becoming actually she converting an F1 is not a problem, right, sir?
Not a problem. Okay then.
Okay.
Sir, if you remember our first few episodes on TVASIA Telugu as well, you'll see we had done a few episodes on why not day one CPT colleges and what had happened to them, and what kind of steps the government took, and how people were sent back and stuff. So please, if you're even like slightly considering it, please go back and look at our older episodes, our initial few.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, Nitya.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. My God, that gave me like flashback heart attacks, and it's almost as bad as doing the 5 H-1Bs also. So,
there are people who have done 10.
My God. Okay. I shall not take any more to my heart literally now. But Rahul Garu, thank you so much, Adi, for, being so candid with all of our viewers and answering the questions. And to all of our viewers, we've stretched out this program as much as we could today, because I know we have had so many callers wanting to talk about this topic especially. But unfortunately, as always, we are all out of time today. And to all of those who are also on the live chat, please do try to call our number, to get in line for the questions, because sometimes when we have too many live callers, we may not be able to take those on the live chat, although we would like to. But like today, we've gone an hour and 45 minutes and still not been able to get through all the questions. Rahul Garu, if there's anything else that you'd like to add at this point about what people need to do or not with regard to today's topic, please go ahead and do that.
Just stay tuned to TVASIA until you get the green card.
Thank you, Andy. And to all our viewers, please come back same time, same place next week. We will try to answer as many of your questions as possible. Do try to call us. The number is also provided in the link, in the YouTube description link as well. So please reach us as much as possible. So thank you and have a wonderful week. Rahul Garu, thank you again, Andy.
Thank you.
మీకోసం ఒక అద్భుతమైన జ్యువెలరీ కొనుగోలు అనుభవం ఎదురు చూస్తోంది. మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ వారి డాలస్ షోరూమ్ లో 20 దేశాల నుంచి 30,000 విధాల ప్రపంచంలోకెల్లా ఉత్తమమైన జ్యువెలరీ డిజైన్ల అనుభవాన్ని పొందండి. $1,000 మించిన డైమండ్స్ అండ్ ప్రెషియస్ జెమ్ జ్యువెలరీ ఆభరణాల కొనుగోలుపై ఖచ్చితంగా పొందండి బంగారు నాణేలు. జనవరి 29 వరకు మలబార్ గోల్డ్ అండ్ డైమండ్స్ ని డాలస్ లో విజిట్ చేయండి. ప్రపంచ స్థాయి జ్యువెలరీని కొనుగోలు చేసే అనుభవాన్ని పొందండి. Malabar Gold and Diamonds now open in Dallas.
గెలుపే ఊపిరిగా, పట్టుదలే ప్రాణంగా, ఆశయమే గమ్యంగా పోరాడే యోధుడికి విజయం అన్స్టాపబుల్. ప్రశ్నల్లో మరింత ఫైర్, సర్దాల్లో మరింత సెటైర్, మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా దెబ్బకి థింకింగ్ మారిపోవాలా? మీకోసం మరింత రంజుగా
अब तू देख लेगा बच्चन साहब का खेल।
Download AHA now.
ఆకర్షణీయమైన చీరలు, అప్పురపరిచే ధరలు, అందరికీ నచ్చిన అందరూ మెచ్చిన షో మన లక్కీ మహిళ. బోలెడంత ఎక్సైట్మెంట్, వండర్ఫుల్ విన్నింగ్ మూమెంట్స్.
ఎగ్జాక్ట్ చెప్పారు, మీరే గెలుచుకున్నారండి. కంగ్రాచులేషన్స్, $220.
సెలబ్రిటీ హోస్టులు, అదిరిపోయే పంచులు, సరదా సరదా కబుర్లు.
ఆశ దోశ అప్పడం బడ హెల్ప్ మీరు ఆడుతున్నారు.
ఇలా మరెన్నో మెమరబుల్ మూమెంట్స్ తోటి 3rd యానివర్సరీ జరుపుకుంటోంది మన లక్కీ మహిళ. Watch it live only on TVASIA Telugu. మీ అందరికీ 3rd యానివర్సరీ శుభాకాంక్షలు.